Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey, my man Bishop. E2G presents First Formation Morning Sports Talk. What's good with you this morning, Bishop? How you doing, sir? See, here you go with the BS. I already see it. I already know how he's doing. I can see already how
What's
he's doing.
good, man?
But
WGO, WGO. What's good? What's going on? What's going on? What's
you
going
know what?
on? Y'all doing, man? We get closer to,
August
football.
August 27th. I can't wait.
That's right. August
Did I,
27th.
did I predict y'all lose your first game of the season? Who y'all
You,
got first
you,
game of the season?
you predict us to go 8-8 or some dumbness.
Six and six. Six
Yeah,
and six.
some dumbness
Hey,
you came
you
up
give it
with.
8, y'all give it to me. That's too many games y'all winning. Six
Yeah,
and six.
just dumbness. You came up with a bunch of dumbness on how we could possibly go that. But anywho, yeah,
But
yeah.
you know what? Evidently, the coaches as well as the Associated Press think differently. I don't know
We,
what I'm talking about. I've been
yeah,
watching sports for over 20 years, and I have this inkling of what I'm talking about. But I
just say
guess because
because
they're writers and coaches, they
you
do.
know because as we see here, they have Oklahoma at number 9, and I believe you said, if I'm not mistaken, there, sir. I
I said
want to
USC would be in the top
be
10.
above.
Oklahoma would be in the top 15.
Right? No, you said USC would be above Oklahoma, though. You clearly stated that USC would be above Oklahoma, not just in the top 10, 15. You said they would be above Oklahoma when the AP poll came out. Sir, I believe you're wrong, though. I believe USC is below Oklahoma,
6 slots at this
e-
time.
even with Lincoln Riley. Even with Lincoln Riley, y'all are still below the beloved Boomer Sooners. As y'all can see, number 1 is, of course, Alabama. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3 is Georgia, which is a lot of people have a lot of concern, which we spoke about before, Trey. How's Georgia, the defending champions of college football, at 3, with Ohio State leapfrogging them to in second place? And then Alabama would be in number 1. I felt like, because of the fact that Georgia lost so many players to the NFL draft. So that's why they are coming in at number 3. They have a lot to prove because of so many losses of players to the NFL. So that's why they came in number 3. Number 4 is Clemson. Number 5, who shouldn't be even in the top 25, in my opinion, Notre Dame. Number 6, Texas A&M. Number 7, Utah Utes. At 8 comes in Michigan, the Wolverines. At number 9, them
Why you
below.
gotta say you? Why you gotta say Utah Utes like that? I get what you were saying. See, you know what? Bishop be trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I get where he be doing jabs and jigs and stuff like that. But go ahead, continue, Bishop. I'm listening.
This dude here, Baylor.
Continue.
A lot of people have concern about this. A lot of people talked about it yesterday and the day before. Baylor being at number 10, being that they beat Oklahoma to get in the Big 12 championship. How is Baylor below Oklahoma? Yet to be determined, but that's where they are. Oregon, the Ducks, at number
See,
11.
y'all see the infraction in his voice is it's like he's giving PT and he's like falling, you know, saying like the calf raising, like saying command. It sounds like commands. Preparatory commands and commands of executions. Where
I'm
he
just
says
saying.
any team that is the Pac-12 that's before UFC. Like
I
y'all gotta sit up and look and keep your eyes open. Stay woke, everyone. Stay woke. Go ahead.
don't know what I don't know what he talking about. I'm just saying Oregon Ducks at number 11.
No, that's not what you said. You was like the Oregon Ducks. Go ahead. And before that, he's on the Utah Utes. It's like you ain't said that. Not even for your Oklahoma Sooners did you do all that. But for Pac-12 teams, man, I tell you, all my life, goodness
Bruh,
gracious.
number 12 comes in at Oklahoma State. Number 13, North Carolina State. At number
Look at
14, at number
oh my goodness.
14, we have the Trojans of USC. At number 15, Michigan State. Number
This
16,
dude,
Miami. 17, Pitt. Wisconsin at number 18. Arkansas Razorbacks at 19. Number 20, the University of Kentucky. 21, Ole Miss. 22, Wake Forest. 23, Cincinnati. 24, the University of Houston. And to round off the top 25 in the AP poll,
BYU.
BYU. What you don't see in this, which is a lot of people, especially out here in my area, Texas
UTSA. Oh, Texas.
is not in the top 25 by the AP. They are not. I think they're actually
They was
20.
in. They was wasn't they in the they was in the top. They was in the top 25 from the coaches poll though, right?
Right. They was in the top 25 for the coaches poll, but in the AP poll, they have out there. If I'm not mistaken, I heard that they're the number 27.
Mm.
So they fell out of the top 25. So yeah, major concerns. A lot of people
Not to
are
mention, Texas also got from the AP poll. They also got a first place vote. Wherever that not from the AP, from the
coaches poll.
coaches poll, they got a first place vote.
They did, which I don't know how that happened. I don't know
I
how
don't
you
know.
get
Maybe
how
Steve
you get second.
Sarkisian. Maybe Steve Sarkisian was one of the voting coaches.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know how you get them a first place vote out of all the teams. You give them a first place vote. Oh, come on, stop it. But it's Hump Day, y'all. It is Hump Day. Let's go. What's good, Trey? How was your Tuesday, man?
Oh, it's all right, man. Like you said, the usual. I went in to work, prep for the bowling league. There was their fourth week of their bowling league. 2 more weeks to go, and then after the bowling league is done, back to what we love, flag football season. I've been having people hit me up all. I go into emails with people demanding flag football registrations and all that type of stuff. So, but it's up now on the Fort Polk MWR website. Registration is there. All they got to do is get it, sign it, submit it, and we go on from there. It's coming.
Anthony, that's just where they are. I don't know where you expect Cincinnati to be. I know they had a major run last year. However, Cincinnati is in a conference in which
So while we're here in this particular moment, do you think, Bishop? I just thought about it as you was talking about it and looking at the polls and stuff like that. Do you think it is fair? One, two things come about. One, to Anthony's question, do you think it's fair for a team that had to fight to get to the position they were last year, such as a team like UTSA or Cincinnati? Had, you know what I'm saying, from obscurity to, you know what I'm saying, where they were. Do you think it's fair the next year coming in that because they lost certain people or everything that they have to be delegated down the polls based on the fact of, okay, you lost the quarterback that had been there for 4 years that finally was able to produce good numbers to put you in position to be in the CFP before a lot of the Big Five conference teams? Do you think it's fair that they start out the polls in number 24 after that, and no different from Georgia, the national champions, being delegated to a number 3 ranking the next following year due to, like you just said, they lost the majority of their defense? Do you think that fair, or do you think they should be able to start out where they left off at and be proven that they don't deserve that spot as opposed to automatically off the rip being pushed down?
So I'm glad you said that, right? Because I feel what Anthony Price is coming from, because Cincinnati had an amazing run last year in college football. 24 is a bit low compared to, or 23. They came in at 23. 23 is a bit low compared to how they seasoned.
Yeah, they was in the top 4.
Yeah, they made it to. Didn't they make it to the college playoff? They made it to the CFP.
Yeah, that's why I say they was a top 4. They made it to the college play. They made it to the college playoff.
Right. So with that, I feel like but you got to keep in mind, wasn't that Desmond Ridder?
Yeah, it was.
That quarterback is gone. That's a huge part.
I completely get that. But it's like in the case of Cincinnati, they had to fight, like literally fight to get up. It's like everyone else has got an elevator while they're on the outside climbing the mountain. You know what I'm saying? With grabbing over crevices and divots and stuff like that to get to the top. It's like they had to work harder for that. And now it's like it's at the point they get there. Now the next year they're already, they're in the top 25. I guess you can take that as. So
let me ask you this. But let me ask you this, Joe Trey, not to cut you off, but let me ask you this. If that's the case, do you feel like the Cincinnatis, like the Alabamas, even we throw Alabama in there as well as the Georgias, do you feel like you should fall from where you left off in the polls for the AP poll or any poll, coaches or AP,
Hmm.
USA Today, whatever polls, from what you did last season, despite the fact you losing players
I
going into
just,
the draft? You know what I'm saying?
so
You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I get what you say because they're looking at, but that again, that's based off of what is coming forth based off of what you have, which for the most part it doesn't necessarily might not be that. If Cincinnati was to come out and win 3 straight games, right?
This season, you talking about,
This
right?
season, right
Mhm.
off the rip. If they came out and win 3 straight games,
Now, depend on what the 3 games are now.
I could get that. But if they come out and win 3 straight games, they are personally technically they're doing what they did last year, except for the one game in which they lost was in the college CFP. They're
Right.
doing what they're doing. So every other team gets smacked because they lose games, but the other teams, i.e., the Georgias and Alabama, in this case, Georgia beat Alabama, not beat Alabama
Uh-huh.
to put them in position to where it's like okay, then they start off the season as number 3. Or so I just don't want it. It becomes a situation to where I think it's everything is based on what you did last, only to a degree because we don't know we know what we expect of Alabama, but what happens is Alabama comes out with two straight losses for whatever reason. If
But
Alabama comes out with 2 straight losses, now
mhm.
they're now basically you have that they fight back and then they end up losing a game at the end of the season. I can almost guarantee in the 23-24 poll or preseason poll, Alabama yet will be number one again.
Right. So this is the thing, right? So we know Alabama is going to play Texas. So
Hmm.
that's a way for Texas to definitely break into the what's up,
What's
Eric?
good, Eric?
That's a way for Texas to make it into probably the top 10, possibly if they can upset Alabama. Right now, they got Alabama blowing out Texas, and I think they played it like the third or fourth game in the season. Cincinnati starts off the season September the 3rd versus 19th ranked Arkansas. So you said the first 3 games. The first game they play coming out the gate for 2022 is 19th ranked Arkansas. So that's a huge game for them. That's a big game. They playing a ranked team right out the gate. Then they go play Kennesaw State, and then they go play Miami of Ohio. And then they don't play another ranked team. Oh, they don't play another ranked team. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they don't play no more ranked team. That's the only ranked team they play is Arkansas.
Who's that
That's
now? You said
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
That's the only ranked team they play, which is the first game of the season. They play Arkansas. The rest are no non-ranked team. They play Navy. They play SMU. They play UCF. They play South Florida. They play Indiana, um, Temple, Tulane, East Carolina. That's what I'm saying. So they conference the people in which they're playing doesn't give them the backing to put them high. That's why they didn't get the love or the respect in which which a lot of people felt like they deserved. Excuse me, last season because of the fact they were undefeated is because they don't play nobody. They don't play nobody. Last year they played. Uh, they don't play nobody. I can't see their whole schedule, but they don't. They got to play somebody, man. Now Anthony says I'll put Ohio State over Alabama. I don't know how you put Ohio. Is it because of the quarterback and what's his name?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Is that why you feel so heavily about Ohio State over Alabama? But mind you, Anthony, Alabama still has the current Heisman Trophy winner, and he's looking to repeat as a Heisman Trophy winner. He's looking to repeat. So if that's the case, you can't put Ohio State over Alabama in my opinion when you still have the current Heisman Trophy winner. Alabama lose more people than Ohio State. Okay, what does that mean though? What are you
So
saying that to say what, Anthony?
I think I can understand what he's saying. Like basically, or maybe I just my mind just has filtered what he's saying in a certain way. When I look at it, Alabama and bringing it to a certain, let's like we talked about, Georgia just lost a plethora of people, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Consistently, Alabama does the same thing to where
Every season.
Yeah, they do. They lose a good amount of people, but so
Mhm.
what we're saying is what the picture I'm starting to see or get is that Alabama is the only team that continues to put people in place of the ones in which they lost. Like it's a fact. It's just a NFL producing factory. Truth be
Mhm.
told, every player that Alabama isn't that successful in the NFL first and foremost. But then,
Facts.
when you sit up and look at it, Ohio State can sit up and be one of those teams that does the same thing, produces people, puts them into the NFL, just like Georgia. Sometimes USC, Oklahoma, like all these teams have the ability to sit up and produce people and put them in the
Mhm.
NFL, regardless of what it is. But yet, Alabama is the only one that seems to be the creme de la creme. LSU puts people in the NFL in the league. If you look at it, they have some of the main players that we talk about now over the course of the last 3 seasons in the NFL have been from LSU. When you look
Right.
at the Jeffersons, the Chases, you just got Stingley that's went here. We have yet to see what he's going to do. Burrow, like these players have saying, are you have been productive. But I mean, we see that LSU isn't one of those teams that gets in or is talked about or put into a certain hell. One of their quarterbacks, just decided like he's not playing football anymore, and
Right.
so it's like I just don't get it. And that's why there's no exact system when we look at it for the college ranking and all that type of stuff. But there should, I mean, there's no way at this point, I think, to make it make sense from the ranking. We all know the preseason rankings based off of even the coaches vote or the Associated Presses or the writers vote. Get it? So it's a perception of these are the people that they view as being tops. But when it comes down to the CFP and the college and the community, it's like the narrative changes every year. It's always, well, we seen them play this person. It's always the same conversation. But when someone like a Alabama loses, it's like everyone already knows what the outcome is going to be. If
Mhm.
Alabama loses late in the season with like 4 games left, the outcome usually what happens is Alabama gets back to the number 1 or number 3 seed. There's in within striking distance to put them in position where that one game in which they play, i.e., the SEC championship, puts them in position once again to get into the CFP because they need it, and then they're catapulted somewhere into the top 4. And then we have the same thing over and over and over again, which basically um, doesn't include give the opportunity for any other players or any other teams to get a ride. And I'm not hating on Alabama in no means, because I mean it is what it is. If they're able to be in that position, but I think it's other teams that saying get the opportunity, and teams like Cincinnati had to fight and claw their way to where it came down to the last 2 games before the end before their championship game before they could sit up and be even receive any type of real love. Like they stayed outside the conversation the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's. I mean, we know college football is crazy, man. When it comes to the rankings, the teams and playing who, all of these things. It's crazy how some of these teams.
So yeah, so in this, and like I said, no hate at all. It's just that some stuff in which I feel like I know it isn't see, and where you can, for the most part, you can believe is going to be that every year for the most part. If Alabama loses 1 or 2 games, then it that's the only way it's going to the only way it gets looked at. They could lose to Texas A&M, and then at some point Texas A&M becomes starts to get W's, and then that somehow in the same breath it sit up and helps Alabama because it looks at the strength of schedule when Texas A&M beat them compared to who they are now. Now it strengthens Alabama when they go and beat somebody that Texas A&M beat, and then you look at it as like now they're back in the conversation. They could go and lose their their bowl to Auburn, and yet because someone else loses, they have 2 losses. But excuse me, but someone like Alabama, but then Texas A&M loses in that same week. Now, once again, Alabama is catapulted back up. So it's like it's just seemingly. I know when I was EO, when I went through EO school and we had an exercise we did that basically talked about the hurdles that certain people get. I think it was actually the rainbow discussing the Rainbow Coalition and how that system works, in which we all can have the same route. We all can have the same presumable route going to get a candy bar, but then all type of hurdles are put into in front of a certain organization, a certain person, a certain race, for saying whatever, however you want to label it. It's put in front of a certain person, and it doesn't make sense. Why do this? Why does this particular group have a hurdles as opposed to this particular group? And that's what I see. um, other conferences, some of the Power Five conferences have hurdles that's put in front of them, to where other organizations don't have the same hurdles. And when you're put in the position to be the same hurdles to be in front of them, those hurdles are removed for whatever reason, based upon what goes on anywhere else. It's like there's a narrative created, and that is what is not understood for the most part. And I think it's getting to a point to where analysts and people that look at it are starting to drink the Kool-Aid and look at the same thing. It just doesn't. So, I mean, it's entertainment. We sit here, me and Bishop go back and forth about USC being better than Oklahoma all the time, and so the in-state,
That dude slick, boy. That dude slick with it.
so the in-state is, saying it's entertainment. But when we look at it, like even Oklahoma, saying over a year, obviously when they sit up and continue to vote them in certain vote them, when I look back and see who has been in college CFP, Oklahoma's been there a couple of times, but Alabama's consistently there. And through the years, Alabama has lost multiple games in that one season, but yet look where they continue to be at. And that's the part in which I was like, just make it make sense.
Mm, yeah.
But still, USC 2023 CFP champions. 2022, I'm sorry, 2022-23 CFP champions.
Yeah.
We just wait for it and watch it unfold before our very eyes. Um, But yeah, so besides that, do you think, for the most part, the top 20, the top 15 is the same? Like you said, in the college CFP, I mean the college and the AP preseason and the coaches preseason.
The
Uh,
coaches. What was the coaches? Hold on. I think I
uh-huh.
got the coaches.
What's good, Zach? What's good, brother?
The coaches was a little different, wasn't it? I
Just
think
slightly.
I think
Houston was number 25, and then I think USC was number 15 or something like that. And
they had the
uh,
top. I think they had the top three right though, right? The top three was
the top 10, I think, was the same.
was it all 10?
I think all 10 was the same, because you still had Oklahoma at number 9 and Baylor at number 10. So the top 10 was the same. It was the next four that were.
Um, I want to say, was it 2020? Was it Cody?
What's good, CNN brother? How you doing? Long time no see.
CNN, what's good? What's good, man? The coaches poll. That's the AP poll. And what was the coaches poll? The coaches poll was Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson. Hold on, let me look real quick. Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Notre Dame, Michigan, Texas, Utah. It was 8. No, Utah is 7 on here. Hold on. Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson is 4. 5 is Notre Dame. 6 is Oh no, there it goes, right there.
It
So
was
at
a
number 6,
difference.
yeah, at 6, coaches had Michigan. AP has Texas A&M. At 7, coaches had Texas A&M. At 7 on AP had Utah. Utah wasn't in the top 10. Oh yeah, they were. They was number 8. That's right. They was 8. Oklahoma and Baylor was 9 and 10. Like on this one, Oklahoma State was 11. Texas was 18 on the coaches.
Okay, that was a difference. That's what the difference was. Texas is out, which allowed BYU to get in.
Right. Texas was 18. Not only BYU to get in, but no, yeah, that's right. Yeah, wait a minute. BYU to get in. You're right. Yeah. because Houston was 25th, where Houston is 24th on here, and yeah,
Yeah.
BYU came in over Texas. That's why I was.
Mhm.
That's what. Yep, you're right. There it is. That's it right there.
So it's interesting in tracking. We work JSU. Deion Sanders basically hires Coach Zimmer in out there. Uh,
It is. It
we
is.
good. We
And it's
doing good. We doing good.
Jackson State University hired what? Jackson State University hired Zimmer.
Yeah, the ex head coach for Minnesota. You
Oh,
know
okay.
what I'm starting to sense is every time Eric gets a chance, he plugs them damn Vikings,
Any way
Minnesota.
he can, because that's who he. Of course, that's who he follows. I mean,
Yeah,
without
it's like whenever you get a chance. I don't hear him saying nothing about the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
no, don't me
I don't
either.
hear him saying nothing about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, me either.
Not even the Twins.
No,
But it's
yep.
all about the Vikings. I see.
Yeah. You have a great point there, guy. I have to agree with you. You have a great point there, guy. Great point there.
And yesterday, Anthony was going in. What is your beef with North Carolina State,
Was
Anthony?
North Carolina State in the coaches poll other than the AP? Was North Carolina State in the coaches poll
Yes,
other
it
than the?
was. They was in the top 15.
Yeah, North Carolina State was 13.
And so, yeah, they're
Yeah,
there.
it was 13.
Yesterday, I was like, "What is Anthony's beef with North Carolina State?" He's like, "Who are they?" They're top
They, they,
25.
they're another Cincinnati. North Carolina State was another Cincinnati. They didn't do as well as Cincinnati. But again, when you have teams like Cincinnati and North Carolina State, teams like that have a conference who really ain't playing nobody, you can definitely beat that team. Just like UTSA. UTSA in University of Houston are something different. I wouldn't put them in the category of Cincinnati and North Carolina States. In the
It's like UTSA. I mean, not UTSA. Houston has been grinding for years, and they're just now starting to
they have
get the Alabama treatment in their own right, to where they're not seen in any particular way except for an up and coming team that can produce.
right
Uh, and so, why you say
now
this?
eating real slick. Like how we hating it?
What are you
No,
talking about?
you just keeping it 100. You be
Oh
plugging the
goodness!
Minnesota Vikings in every chance you get, bro. You do. You plug them in every chance you get. That is
You
no
plug every single chance. Like
chance
we're
you
not
get.
gonna act like Kirk Cousins has
Yeah,
been
you
coined
plug
the savior for many years, and he ain't
like
saved.
that. You like that? Yeah, you plug them every chance you get. You like that? You do. You plug them on every chance you get,
But I
bro.
mean, we understand. We completely
You
understand.
supposed to.
That's
That's the
yeah,
squad. That's the
yeah.
squad.
You're saying we get it.
It does the same thing with USC and the 49ers. He talked about me putting on this Oklahoma uh, t-shirt today. How many times have y'all seen Trey throwing some 49ers stuff on the show?
A hat for the
No,
most part.
but how,
A
how
beanie,
many times?
correction, beanie.
How many times
It's
have
an
you done
accessory. I wear it. I put that. I predominantly like
in the
all
house?
the out of all my
In
sports
the house?
teams.
In the house? In the house? You
Yeah,
wearing a
that's
beat in the
yeah,
house?
in the house. That's all I do. I do that type of stuff. Like my son would be saying, "Dad, you're weird." Like, okay, son, whatever you say. But that's what I do. I have hats. You know what I'm saying? Posted right here next to me. That's within grabbing distance. I have, you know what I'm saying? I keep a
I
beanie.
feel
Like those are accessories to me. Like
Eric,
I keep them.
I feel you where you coming from, Eric. You see it yourself. You see it firsthand. You see it. Yet, you have yet to see him throwing that Cyro 5 beanie. You have
I
not
have.
seen
Yes, I have.
not on the show. You have it.
Yeah, I have
Not
a
on.
couple of times.
I have yet to see that night outside. It must be on the
See,
days in which I.
that goes to show that you're not paying attention. You're looking for any other type of beanie or something like that besides that. Like
Well,
I
it's just-
always, you know, saying have I always put some on. Sometimes I don't put on anything that has a different color ones. Like that's not why.
the schedule comes out first, then the poll. Because if I'm not mistaken, in some aspect, I feel like that's how they rank the poll.
Yeah, and you got to you got to take in consideration what that teams the schedules are produced like 3 or 4 years in advance.
Right.
You're saying of the time frame. So the schedules has been out. They just finalize them and continue on from there. So, but like you said, the poll is based on is really based on what is the expectation of the team going forth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, so like you said, Georgia lost their players, but how dare you bump the whole team? You basically bump the whole team down because they lose all their players, and they're coming back because they're not coming back with the same core. What if UTSA came back with their same core, and we seen what UTSA did until they got to the end of the season, or so it's. But we'll see. We definitely see. Um, so of course, with the NBA, the NBA is looking to release this year's upcoming season schedule today at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, to where a couple of things that are definitely here he go. Uh, a couple of things are definitely that are going on that are notable is the NBA decide to schedule not a single game during election day as they look to as they look to push forward to put some emphasis and display support of the civil engagement in the United States, not wanting to take anything from that day, as on the November 8th is election day.
Yeah.
So they're doing their part as well as having their organizations within their market push and support election day, trying to get more people out to be voters. So that's, I guess you could say, the NBA has their initiative for this year, and of course 2 more years after this, another day in which they might do the same. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the schedule for a plethora of reasons. As we already know, the Lakers play Golden State opening night on October 18th, as they watch the pettiness of the NBA, in my opinion, as they watch the Golden State Warriors receive their rings. I think Philadelphia plays Boston as well.
Do you feel like that's gonna make people want to go out and vote more because of the fact that they moved the game off of election day
I
or
do
voting
not.
day?
I do not.
I do.
I do
I think
not.
it's the dumbest thing ever. That is
Yeah, I
that is
get
not.
what they're trying to do from a
Oh,
marketing standpoint.
oh no! Now we don't have to worry about missing the game. We can go vote. Ain't nobody's that voting. No basketball stop.
Now, what I would have.
The basketball game is in the evening. You can vote all day.
Mhm,
You can vote all
mhm.
day. And then because of COVID, they gave you more ways to vote outside of actually going to the polls and stuff like that. So
What I would have thought they would have did
they,
if I was a part of their marketing team, I would have suggested a situation to where we have polls set outside or in the in concourse or outside the arena, as well as a incentive giving to for people coming out to basically vote.
that makes
Uh,
sense.
that's what I would have did, or what I would have looked at for organization with some type of incentive or something like that given, as well as doing that. So that would have been my angle.
Yeah. That makes more sense. Now, if you just said that instead of trying to move games, that would have made way more sense. But saying you moving the game so you can get more people, you're not gonna get more people to vote. I hope they do a poll. I hope they actually do a poll. I hope they actually do the research to see if more people actually get out and vote compared to people that didn't vote during an NBA basketball game. I really, 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 really want to know if that's really going to take place. But for me, I just don't see that happening. In my opinion, that was a good setup. Warriors versus Lakers. Throw it in on LeBron face. NBA is petty. What's up, Key? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you tuning in today. All those that are tuning in, man. Thank y'all so much. How many of y'all excited about the college football season as well as the NFL season about to kick up, man? As you know, college starting in about another week. Next week, we got our first college games. You know, it's gonna be. I think some of the games start on that Thursday and going all the way into Saturday, and I think we may have a couple on Sunday. I feel like the first week of college, I think they may have one or two games on Sunday, and then after that, there's no more games on Sunday. But let's go. You know, I'm so ready for college football, man. I'm so ready for football, period, man. These preseason games, they good. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, Eric. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I'm so excited. So eager to get with it, man. I don't have a college team. I need to get one. You really do, Key. You really do. You really do need to get a college team. Definitely excited for this upcoming season. All right, CNN, who's your team, man? I ain't never heard of who your college team, or do you have a college team, or are you just straight NFL guy? I'm excited because I can put my bets in. That part wouldn't. Bishop, our Eagles. You already know, Key. I know that. I'm
Stop
talking
it.
about the college team, though. Who's your college team, though, Key? Who's your college team?
She says you don't have a college team.
College team is Missouri Tigers. Oh, okay. Mizzou, I see you. I see you. I see you. Make sure y'all rep, man. Make sure y'all come on rep when it's time. I'm waiting for the NCAA basketball to start. Bro, you got a while for that, bro. We got a while for that. Got about 3 more months for basketball? NCAA basketball, especially. We got about 3 more months for NCAA basketball. I went to the preseason game against the Jets. Oh, that's what's up. Oh, you was at that game, the one they just played? That's what's up, Key. What were your thoughts? Tell me what you thought about Jalen Hurts' performance. Even though he only had one series, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
There we go.
Really have a college team. Just watch them all. I like it. I don't have a college team. Big bets. I feel you. Big bets. Big bets. I like it.
You know what, Key? I can't. You know what? I can't. I'm not gonna even hold you, Key. This is what I'm gonna do.
I feel the same way.
When y'all lose y'all first game, when y'all lose your first game, who y'all played the first game of the season?
I don't know. I forgot. Hold on, I'll tell you. I forget who our first game, but we're not losing our first game. Know that.
When y'all leave,
we're not losing our first game, guy. Lions. There you go.
Lions.
We're not losing.
That's a possible.
That is not.
When y'all lose that game, I'm gonna bring Key. I want Key to come on so I can see the anguish in y'all faces, and I want to watch y'all as y'all explain, try to tell us what happened. It was
not a Cowboy fan, sir. Not even close. That ain't even nowhere close to the realness. No. That would be like saying Travion is a Cowboy fan.
No,
you know who looks good? Them Raiders. I know. I said that too, CNN. I said that. I watched that preseason game too. I said that too, and they didn't even have Carr in. I said the same thing. I did. And we'll definitely lose week 2. Who gonna lose week 2?
The Eagles.
You must be playing Minnesota. That must be what you think. I'm not taking the Lions. I'm not taking the Lions lightly. I'm not taking no team lightly, Key, at all. I'm not taking any team lightly. However, there's no way we should lose to Detroit, bro. There's no way we should lose to the Detroit Lions. Who's stopping the Lions' first pick rookie? Who cares? He's one person. One person ain't gonna just beat us. One person can't do it all. Yes, sir. Yeah. I figured it was the Vikings. You like that? And when we beat y'all, I'm coming for air. Don't run. Don't you run
for me.
when we beat y'all, don't you better be on here on that Monday morning or whatever day we play. If we play on Sunday, you better be on here that Monday. Because I'm sure my Patriots are going back to here we go with that. But we won't make it out the first round. Patriots playoffs. I don't know how you feel about that, Trey. You feel we got that Patriots making the playoffs again?
No,
that's the first round.
No,
yeah, you like
not this year. Not this year.
Yeah. Not. I don't know. They did so in NFL news, man. Since we own the NFL, let's go ahead.
Yeah, you might as well. We'll get back to the NBA because evidently,
right. About the NFL, obviously. So in the NFL news, right? It's a lot going on. A lot. We got quarterback controversy going on out there in Pittsburgh. You know, Mitch Trubisky, Pickett. Yesterday, Pickett got first team snaps, and they said he was looking good. It's a battle out there in Pittsburgh.
I don't foresee Pickett overtaking Trubisky.
I'm just saying what they talking about right now. They saying he looking good. They said it could. They said it, even a couple of them saying I wouldn't even be surprised if Pickett starts. They said Mitch is doing his thing too, but they saying Pickett looking good. I ain't gonna lie. Also, the quarterback controversies out there in I guess it's getting New York. Yeah, I guess it's getting a little heated.
But we talked about that just the other day. We was like, how is it that Tyrod continues? he's
he
consistent.
did.
He
He
continues to
did.
push everybody, and usually it's just like even like the coach said, Brian DeBall stated and talked about how Tyrod Taylor has had a couple of fortunate instances to where he was named starter and
Mm-hmm.
he got injured and he never got his position back after getting injured. So when you look at that, he's been assertive enough to assert himself, put himself in position to be the starter. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, the players in which he has been competing against have been consistent as well, and he just happened to beat them out. But in this particular case, he got beat out. I mean, he has beat them out. Of course, we know he did it in Cleveland and end
Mm-hmm.
up losing his. He got injured and end up losing the position to Baker Mayfield, and then he
Mm-hmm.
did it again in Los Angeles Chargers, to where he beat out Herbert, got injured, and Herbert got the position. And I mean, Herbert's a dog, and he hasn't relinquished his position after since then. So now
Mm-hmm.
you have a position to where Tyrod Taylor's in the same type of boat. He's Danny Dimes or Daniel Jones is currently, the ball says he's currently the starter, but he has decided to give Tyrod Taylor first team reps.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, like
Mm-hmm.
Bishop said, controversy.
Yeah, it the controversy is real, man. It's so much going on, man. Well, I will say that Zach Wilson had a successful surgery yesterday. He had his knee arthroscopic
Okay,
knee
yeah.
surgery
Hmm.
yesterday, so that was a success. They said as well as it could go. Went that's how it went. So he's going to definitely be missing up to 4 to 6 weeks, which is already this week. I'm assuming it's going to be considered one of the weeks, being that he had surgery yesterday. So he has anywhere from 5 to 6 weeks left to recover. So he's probably gonna miss the first 4 or 5 games. But he did have that. And then the quarterback battle and the controversy is still going on out there in Carolina too. Uh,
Hmm.
Sam Aaron Donald. I'm not Aaron Donald.
Sam Darnold and
Sam Donald and
mhm,
Baker
Baker
Mayfield.
Mayfield.
Still going at it. They said that this Friday, after the preseason game, they're going to announce who's going to be the starter for the Carolina Panthers.
Hmm.
So after this Friday, on Saturday, Friday evening and Saturday morning, we will know who will be the starting QB1 for the Carolina Panthers. Come by the end of this weekend. So that's being said. And then what else? Who else was it? Oh, this is what it was. This part. Rogers blaming his young wide receivers looking bad in camp. So this is
That's
what
no
Rogers
different. That's the same Rogers. Rogers, that's no different. Yeah,
need
that's
more
Rogers.
consistency from his wide receivers. So Rogers has stated that he needs more from his young wideouts, not necessarily his veterans in Cobb and Sammy and all of them. It's more of the younger ones, the ones that just got drafted, things of that nature. He's looking for more. He said they've stated that few of the rookie or wide receivers have dropped wide open passes from Rogers, and it's not that's real detrimental for them because Aaron Rodgers doesn't like that. He's not used to that. You know what I'm saying? He's not used to that. So we got to see. We got to see. I don't know what your thoughts are, how you feel about it, Trey. You saying that's something that he always says. I beg to differ. I feel like it's a little different. He's always had Devontae, so I feel like that's just hard to believe. But in either way, that's
So
where Houston is
let's
right now.
let's think about this for a second though, because in saying that, he also stated that his running backs are probably going to get 50 reception seasons. Like the dude is disrespectful. So
He is.
what I'm saying, but
Maybe that's a tactic. Maybe it's a
and I
tactic
was about to
to
say, so I'm
find
not
to find
and so in that point, I'm not too thrown off by him saying that if it's saying if it's in good taste and is in saying is received, as though as he's trying to basically galvanize and rally those other receivers to do it to where I ain't got to feed my running backs 50 receptions, and with saying these 20, the other 25 between the two of them could be for the those new guys. But Like I said, until gameplay comes and happens, like you know what, we really don't really know what we got as far as seasons until like maybe weeks halfway through the season, because you will remember Green Bay started out shaky last year, and then they
Mm-hmm.
came on strong
Mm-hmm.
and end up winning the having the best record in the NFL and winning their division. So I mean, it's gonna take a little time, and at this point, Green Bay is not susceptible to the fact of Aaron doesn't have top receivers anymore. He has receivers that he has to basically build with, in which he probably doesn't want to do, but he gets paid $50 million a year to do this now. Like, deal with it.
Right.
You
Right.
can't sit up and be top paid and continue to whine and cry and complain. Like, what I'm saying, do your due diligence to help to build that core.
Right. Right. CNN states, or John Ross says, I think Mitch will start, but when he starts throwing his normal picks, he will get benched. Mm.
I think Mitch is going to be good this year. That's my opinion.
Mm. And then we have Eagles taking an L September 25th and November. There must be them Commanders.
Commanders.
Y'all change y'all name. Y'all ain't beat nobody. Ain't nobody think about what you talking about. You cool on that note? Like you train of thought. What?
He's talking about. I think he's talking about what Zach said about because Zach's team is the Vikings too.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter. I know they won't win 5 games in Carolina. Ooh, really? So you talking about Donald and Mayfield, huh? Okay. You think Malik Willis can take Ryan's job this season? So they did. Willis did get some playing time the other night in that first preseason game, and he didn't do
He's
too
not.
bad.
He's not overthrowing Matty Ice.
Yeah, he's not doing
Yeah.
too bad. He's not doing too bad.
I think what he
Willis,
showed is that he
I
has
don't
a
think.
he.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
a
think.
good back. He could be a good backup. That's what he showed. Like, okay, at this point, he can be a good backup, her serviceable. Where if we need be, he can probably get us some wins. And so now he
Right.
has something to play on. But I don't think he's going to do enough to overthrow Matty Ice in 1 year. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You think Rodgers has 2 more years at? Hmm. That's safe to say. That's safe to say. Depending on how they hold up for him, is who has the best chance to throw
The
up that goose
Eagles.
for the season. It's of course the 49ers. The goose egg for the
No, but
season.
real talk, like real talk. I don't think anyone's going to do a goose egg.
Nah.
Now what I can say is who probably
Anybody
keeps the goose egg the longest.
was anybody winless last year?
No,
Oh, okay.
because Detroit was looking at it, staring in the face, but then they reeled off 4 wins towards the end of
Okay.
the season. So, but I think the person who's going to have the biggest struggles is going to be the Seahawks, um,
Mm.
and I would say the Seahawks. I would even be willing to say possibly the Giants.
I was saying the Giants. I was thinking the Giants too. I don't know, man. I don't know if Tyrod come out and get some PT, man.
He
He
might be able
might
to
change.
wheel a couple of wins. So
I
yeah,
truly believe Malik will be a great QB. So as we know, Malik coming out of college, he wasn't the most NFL ready QB, as they stated. He wasn't the most NFL ready. So it's gonna take some time for Malik. If he has a good mentor, a good post quarterback who can show him the ropes and get him to where he needs to be, he probably could be a good quarterback, even maybe even great. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you, Eric. We just have to see when it's all said and done. I think Malik can do some damage in the NFL.
so it's interesting. We was just talking about wide. I mean, not wide receivers. We was just talking about
What
Washington
about
Commanders.
all the Commanders?
Uh, yeah, because if you didn't notice, of course, anyone that watched the Commanders game the other day, supposed starting running back Antonio Gibson fumbled on the first play of the game, 4 yards, and then a fumble, in which then he really didn't see the field anymore. Now in practice as a Tuesday, to practice as a Tuesday, he was seen taking reps with the first string, second string, and third string, as well as special teams. And to where of course Ron Rivera said basically talked about we just We got to make sure that we have everyone that's ready to go. But a offensive construct coordinator basically got on and said what we cannot have is wasted possessions. That fumble was a wasted possession. So now we look at, is it now is he in trouble? Of course, they have Robinson, who was their first round draft pick from Alabama, as
Mm-hmm.
well as J.D. Kissick and Jared Patterson, who last year Patterson had to fight to get his position, that where he beat out to where he was the third string running back. I don't foresee a situation that where four running backs are being kept in any organization. So yeah, Gibson can maybe on the outside looking in this year to where even one he's cut or delegated to a practice squad or put on waivers and allowed to go to another team. So Bishop, do you think, or if you were a head coach, are you delegating your first string running back pencil that was penciled as presumably the first string? Are you doing the same thing where you like, hey, we gotta make a example, and now he's on second string, third string, and second special teams?
Mm, I don't know if I gotta make an example. I mean, of course, you prefer everybody to make mistakes now. When it's all said
Okay,
and
okay.
done, mistakes need to be made during the preseason, during practice, during stuff like that. So it's not for me. I wouldn't say it's a major issue. It's something that definitely you would want to address as a coach to the player. You want to let them know, hey, those are, like he said, wasted possessions. We need to be able to secure the ball, especially
Protect the ball, exact words.
all times. Yeah, we need to be able to secure it at all times and be able to get what we need whenever when we need to be able to get in scoring position. We need to be able to put points on the board. And you losing the ball, fumbling the ball, not being able to hold on to the ball or whatever, it costs us that opportunity. So yeah, I feel like it's not something to be too concerned about right now.
Hmm.
Unless he's doing it on a frequent basis, or he has a
Well, yeah,
tendency to.
I think he has. I think Anthony Price just said that the man is a king of fumbles. I think he has propensity to fumble or lose the ball. So maybe that could be behind it as well. It was like, well, what we're not going to do is start off the season like this.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, well, then if that's the case, then yeah, it's definitely something we definitely need to. We might have to put you on the bench then, and then get you to understand that hey, every possession is crucial. And if that means benching you, putting you on second string, third team, whatever, trying you, I don't know why he would try him on special teams, unless maybe he's not trying him maybe he's trying special team
As
as a block.
gunners and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, all gunners, or
Because
yeah,
if
not
if you fumble, then I'm not going to put you
definitely
back
not
there.
return the balls. Yeah, balls, but yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, um, I definitely feel like that's needed. That's needed. I don't fault nobody for that. I don't fault nobody for that at all.
So as we know, yesterday was cut day to where uh to where the NBA, the NFL teams had to cut their squads
Down to
down.
what 62? What is it?
They have only had to be cut down to yesterday. They had to be cut down to 85. On
85. Okay.
next week Tuesday they have to cut down to 80, and then the week after that, which is the 30th, the week before the season starts, they have to be cut down to 53 from 80 to 53.
Oh wow. Has it always been like that? I thought it was. I thought they
No, they used
like.
to used to go down. You remember you back in the day they used to go over the whole season. And they didn't have to by the last preseason game they would have to cut the squad to 80 for 53. But now they give them an opportunity to cut them along the way, so that way they can give those players an opportunity to get on with other teams possibly and be able to be seen before the season start. But to
Okay.
me, in my opinion, the most notable cuts were from the Ravens as they cut your friend Corey Clement was cut.
Corey Clemens used to be with Philly. Yep.
Hmm.
Corey Clemens.
Corey
Yeah.
Clement was cut, and most interestingly was Brett Hundley got cut. Quarterback,
He's a quarterback. Yeah, I know who he is. Brent Hundley. Really?
he got cut.
Hmm.
So it's like, wow, that was unexpected.
That's unexpected. Yeah, that's definitely unexpected. I didn't
Especially
see that.
like he filled in pretty well for
Lamar when he went down last
yeah,
year.
yeah. So let's say
Yeah.
maybe
Wow.
maybe that was
That's
Lamar thing. Like, nah, fam, we can't have him in this. It's like he got to
yeah.
go.
That is surprising.
But that's crazy. When I seen that, I was like, Brett Hundley. That would have been the last person which I thought was going to get
I
cut.
would have thought been cut. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Wow.
So
Hmm.
yeah, so he got
Hey, nobody's untouchable, bro, and
oh yeah,
nobody's
definitely. Well, we know who's untouchable, but for the most part,
Oh yeah,
yeah, we know who the usual suspects who are untouchable. I saw right now he's currently the most interesting one, that got cut. When you go for and looking at it, so but I'll wait to see who else possibly do we have some other names that's going to be like that's going to be let go for whatever reason. Sometimes it's not about the play; it's more about business and money.
Mhm. Yeah.
So uh,
And it's
so
all
definitely interesting. So
a lot of times. Yeah, if it don't make money, don't make sense. So you gotta let them go. You gotta cut your losses sometime. If it don't make money, don't make sense.
yeah, which
Make money.
is unfortunate. That might be uh the fate for Jimmy Garoppolo. But it remains to be seen. We
Mhm.
will see.
What's the word I'm looking for? Surprising in a way that he's still sitting out there in San Francisco with them having no intent of him being a player over there. With him not having no with them having no intent of him playing for the 49ers. I don't even understand why he's still there. My opinion. I don't get it.
It remains to be seen. He might it just be a high. I would just keep him as a high paid backup, honestly. But
A high paid backup?
yeah,
Really? Where they
yeah.
do that at? Where they do that at? Where
Where
did
on my
where did
team.
no, yeah, that wouldn't make sense. That's not
Why
gonna
does
ride.
that make sense?
Why would you keep a player that's making that much money on the bench? That's a loss of money. So what if he never gets in? You didn't pay him all this money and he never gets in.
Don't do you or do you not pay X amount of dollars for insurance every year, and you may not have to use it for 2 or 3 years down the road, but you still pay for
You're
it, correct?
not you really not finna sit here and compare the two. We're talking millions
That
of dollars.
is it.
No,
Yes,
we're
it's just so it's just
millions of dollars.
remove the zeros. If you
No,
remove the
you
zeros and
can't.
just look
You
at it from
can't
an
remove
aspect
the
of
zero.
you pay for things that you may
No,
never use.
no, you cannot
Like
compare.
y'all, like everyone saying it don't make sense, but it does. Actually, it does. You pay for things that you don't use, and this and that. And the reason why I use insurance is because he would be an insurance policy. You pay X amount of dollars for insurance policy that you probably would never use, and probably have used to pay for years because that's what the law says you should have. So what I'm saying is that he's an insurance policy. He's a
Too high for insurance. So with that being said, if we're gonna use insurance policies, if you want to go that route, are you gonna go over there and pay State Farm high prices, or do you gonna go over here and get Geico because you know Geico got a lower price?
I
And
get that, but I'm
so
saying what he currently has right now, he's been there. He's already been in the system. He already knows the system. And so at this point, we got the newer model, you know what I'm saying? That's sitting outside. We
whoa,
got the
whoa,
newer
whoa,
model.
whoa, newer model and what? I know you ain't calling it. Hold up, hold up. Hey, hold up. No, you're not calling Trey Lance a
Trey
newer
Lance is the new model.
model. No,
He has the
he's
new
not.
model.
He's not the
He,
new model. Don't do
he's
that.
that new G6. And you know
No,
what I'm saying? So he's sitting outside.
no, he's not the
He
G6.
sit outside. He sit outside. You know, say you go jumping him, and then but if everything doesn't work out, if you crack that motto, and you's like, I got to put it back to get repaired. My
Yeah.
insurance takes care of that, and now my insurance gets into the fray, and now my insurance policy can sit up and get me if I need. My insurance policy can carry me the rest of
Trey,
the year.
you act like the 49ers have a Lamborghini in a Koenigsegg in the garage. That is
They,
not the
they
case.
do.
Y'all may have a Corvette and a Beetle,
What you're not gonna do is call Trey Lance a Beetle when he was a third
Y'all
pick.
y'all may have a Corvette and a Beetle, but y'all don't have a darn Ferrari and a Lamborghini in the garage. That is not what y'all have right there, bro. That is not the case. That is not
I'm
the
just
case
saying
at
what
all.
I would do. He's going to be paid anyway. Like, because what happens is
But y'all not gonna
if
pay
they
him no
trade
money.
him,
Right.
if they can't trade him and have to release him, they're only going to get 14 million back in the cap. That
Okay.
14 million, in my opinion, is more worth
They
keeping
still
a safety net in
so
Jimmy Garoppolo.
put that 14 million towards towards your Beetle. Since you
No,
love you say he's a better. Why not put that for? Because you gonna have to do his contract up eventually. So put that 14 million toward that Beetle.
me personally, I would angle to sit up and be like, "Yo, we would just keep him on in the fray." And if one, Trey Lance isn't working, isn't living up to expectations, or two, if Trey
Mhm.
Lance goes down, we have a two-time NFC conference quarterback, a one-time Super Bowl quarterback still in our stable, and then we'll get our money's worth. No different. So if me paying for insurance, and when I crack the whip, now I got to use the insurance, or being, saying I paid for what's that insurance for the house, rental insurance, and those two hurricanes swept through Louisiana, and both times I was able to use that insurance to sit up and replace the food in our refrigerator. So when it comes time to use it, it can be beneficial. Until then, you pay for the cost to have it in case, and that's all I'm saying. Is like he's an insurance policy in my opinion, and he's a high rate insurance policy, but I mean he is in 4 years. He's been to three. He's been to a Super Bowl and two NFC conference championships. And the 1 year which they didn't go, he was injured.
So I'm gonna do this, Anthony. Trey ain't talking about nothing real quick. So Bishop and Trey, if you was a coach, how would you cut a player text or in the office or phone call or in the parking lot? Trey, you so for one, Trey gonna do a lot of cutting. But you know he ain't trying to pay nobody no money. So Trey
That
gonna
is not what y'all going to try to sit up and make
Trey
as
gonna do a lot of cutting.
a tight wad. That's not what we're going to do.
Trey gonna do a lot of cutting because you know he ain't paying nobody no type of money. So y'all know Trey finna do a lot of cutting. But Trey, how you doing? You send him a text message? You gonna do it like
No, we
hard not bring him in the
come have
office? You
come
do
and
it in
have a sit down. Yeah, come and have a sit down. That's how we doing it. I'm not finna. Yeah,
I'm doing that too. I'm doing the same thing. Come on, we grown ass men, dog. We grown ass men, dog. I got a security outside. Don't worry about it. You don't like what I say? We can throw them hands. We can get it.
you know
Hey,
what? It'd be just like Sergeant Major Fontaine, Sergeant Major Fontaine, Terry Fontaine,
mm-hmm.
bruh. We was in New Orleans doing a Hurricane Katrina relief humanitarian effort, and Sergeant Major
Yeah.
Fontaine walked up. I'm going on to the containerized kitchen to get breakfast started. It's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Sergeant Major Fontaine walks up, and he's like, "Hey, Sergeant." I was like, "Yes, Sergeant Major. Come here." As I start walking over to Sergeant Major Fontaine, do you know he stopped me about 15 steps away, and he stopped me 15 steps away. It's like, stop right there, and made me go to parade rest to talk to him at 15
Ooh.
at 15 paces. I was like, so you know what I'm saying. So in that being said, it's just like you said. I,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you know what I'm saying, like, stop as soon as you come into my office, no, stop right there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta come all the way in. We getting ready, you ain't gonna be here long anyway. Go ahead, you see that desk over there, put the playbook over there. We appreciate your services. We might, you know what I'm saying, if he was valued, we might have a little bit of conversations where I might tell you we might be looking to bring, if you get through and no one picks you up, you might be a key candidate to come back on the practice squad,
Mhm.
or you know, saying further down the line if if we have some injuries or in situations happens, we keep you. But for the most part, it's going to be real quick and sweet. I don't even know if it's going to be a situation where we gonna have a back and forth conversation because I got more people to get rid of. So, but yeah, but it's, you know what I'm saying, but it's the same respectfully. It'd definitely be in the office, face to face. There's no
Mhm.
need to sit up and send a text message or anything like that. But if you were a player, what are you doing? Oh, you say you're doing the same thing in the office.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely bringing him in the office. I'm just like Hard Knocks, bro. Hey, come on in. Hey, appreciate you. You know, I have to say, you know, you had some glimpses of
This
greatness
dude is
out there.
scrawny. You do it in high
But
school style.
what I'll have a list of players I cut in the locker room, pack your stuff, and you just
Hey, if you come into the locker room the tomorrow
and your
morning
stuff
and
is
you
packed.
got a pink slip, hey, you already know
Yeah,
what it
your
is.
stuff packed. If your locker when you come in tomorrow and it's empty, your locker empty, you know to come to the office. Come to the office. Anthony say, "Oh, hey, if your locker empty, come to the
You
office."
ain't even gotta come to the office. You already know what it is. You ain't even gotta
You,
come to the office.
yeah,
You just know what to
go
do.
go see the equipment manager. He got all your stuff. Hey, go sign your stuff in. Turn all your stuff in. Go turn all your stuff in.
So,
That's fun.
but as a player, what how would you want to be cut? I guess how would you want to be cut if you was a player?
If I'm a player, I'm gonna be 100. Yeah, tell me face to face, man, because I want to see you. I want to see your facial expressions on why you telling me I didn't make the cut. On why I didn't make the cut. I do. I want to see your facial expression. I want to see you look me in my eye and say, "Oh, you weren't good enough to make this team." Yeah.
I'm not. I'd rather you just sit up and let me know before. Be like, I need you to stay back. I get a text that say I need you to stay back, and then I already know what it is. So I'm not. So that way I'm not. So I ain't got to even coming to work tomorrow. I was like, when the last thing that was seen was my counterparts and peers seeing me. So when they don't see me tomorrow morning,
Oh, now that walk of shame is a beast. Now, don't get me wrong. That walk of shame,
because everyone dapping you up is like, oh man, you gonna get up somewhere. But really, what they're saying is, you lame, you trash anyway. You just help me win the bet, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Just go ahead and just go ahead and call me and let me know last night, the night before, like, hey, we gonna go ahead and pack your stuff up. You could
Eric like you. Eric said, "Have my agent call me." Yeah, that's trash. I would not do that, man.
I'm not sit up. As a matter of fact, just sit up and say, just pack my stuff up, or just have a security, just have a security guard open the locker room for me.
If that's the case,
Doing,
if that's the case,
while y'all gone, while y'all at an away game, and I'll come pick it up.
y'all, that's dirty. That's dirty. If that's the case, Trey, when you drive up, you just might well they don't even let you in. Your card is denied. When you come up to get in, the access card is denied. You'd be like, boop. Oh my shit. Boop. Boop. Hey, boop. Hey, my card ain't working. Oh, Mr. Mirror. Oh, yeah, about that, right?
And then someone else comes behind you, and they scan theirs and get right in.
Get right in. Mr. Mirror, about that, right? Your card is denied because you've been cut.
Like, Mr. Back away from the door. He's like, wait, hold up. It was like, sir, grabbing at their mace, pepper spray, back away from the door. It's like, this is how y'all treat me? I ain't want to play for y'all team anyway.
That's the first thing that come out people's mouth. Yeah, I ain't want to play for y'all sorry ass team. I ain't want to play for y'all sorry ass team. No way. Get me off here. Here, take this jersey. I don't even want the jersey. No, you want the jersey because you might not be playing with nobody else. No, you want the jersey, man. So somebody asked this question, man. I see it on my page.
Look.
So all the fans that hang out the practice on record, that walk of shame, man. That walk of shame is a beast, bro.
I'm chilling at my locker the whole time. They gonna have to come get the people to remove me.
Me, the type of person I am, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
If I'm a coach or something like that, I'm gonna create a tunnel so that when you, so you ain't gotta face the crowd, you ain't gotta face your teammates, man.
But it's always that what you come on now, because this is think about it. Like
somebody gonna get you.
It's not gonna even go. It's somebody in the organization that basically done leaked it. Is like, hey, he's been cut. If you go to this area, you will be able to see it. Now, how much you gonna pay me for that information? Like, it's like, come on, everyone somehow this stuff gets leaked, and someone always knows. Like, hey, this is what's going on. So that's exactly what's going on. Someone done leaked the, you know what I'm saying, and you mess around. It might have been you because you thought you wasn't gonna get cut, and then you done leaked the information, and then you got to sit up and like, hey, karma, see karma. That's how karma works.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, I would me, the type person I am, man. I would create a tunnel somewhere, and then I would create a area, a special parking lot for those for those cats that's gonna be cut. Hey, put out a blast email. Hey, for these people, I need y'all to park over here. Everybody else, park in y'all normal parking spot. For these people, y'all park over here.
They be
Let
coming in. Hey, man, you get that text?
you
You looking because Misery Love Company. Hey, man, you get that text?
yeah.
He's like, or other people like, how you ain't get that text? Like, I got that
Yeah.
text. How you ain't get that text?
Yeah, that part, bro. Fans gonna catch you crying walking. They will,
But
man.
again, someone is gonna know. It's gonna be somebody
What up,
paparazzi. It's
man?
gonna be
What up? What
somewhere
up?
they gonna know. They gonna know. Someone's gonna see. It's like, man, why is this parking lot over here? Why are these cars in
And
this
why is
parking
he
lot?
leaving practice and then everybody else still at practice? Why is he leaving practice? Yeah. But I had a friend, man, one old school, high school friend, man. He said, should the Cowboys have Cam Newton on speed dial? Should he humble himself enough to take the easy backup money?
Hmm. I, no, not at this point. I think Cam is going to be one of those players that is going to be later. It's going to be last minute or last second. If any organization calls him in, it's going to be the last minute or last second.
Mm,
And the where, but it can't be he like we was just talking about Jimmy Garoppolo taking 26 million to be a backup, but
mm,
basically Cam can't have that mindset of the same thing. Like you got to take league minimums and stuff like that. You have to replay yourself back into a position to where you get a considerate amount of money to play. You know what I'm saying? Basically, go and let your game do the talking and get you back into the league
mhm,
before your career is completely shot. And that's, in my opinion, that's where he's going to where it's seen that his career is over.
mm.
15 minutes of fame for real.
Yeah, yeah. How would you feel if you got traded from a team that is going to win the championship to a team that is in last place? That's basically what Matthew Stafford did, wasn't it? In a way. I mean, they may not have been in last place, but Detroit wasn't going no damn where. And then he gets traded from
Well,
Detroit to
you got to
some
think to a degree. Stafford was the reason why the Rams won that championship, even though they had been in the Super Bowl previously. But
I totally
he
agree.
really put them over the hump without a doubt.
I
Um,
totally agree. How would you feel though?
it's
I
a
would feel
business.
some type of it
I
is.
mean, it's a business, but I'm not. I don't doubt that people take that consideration. Like, damn, I was just on that team.
Yeah, yeah. I would feel some type of way. I ain't gonna lie. I would because of the fact, especially they won, and I was just on that squad, and I got traded. Oh yeah, I would feel some type of way. You ain't got if you're a real person, you ain't got no choice but to. Cam got to take whoever. Don't no one want him no more. You're right. It does sound like that. He should definitely humble himself and take what he can get. I like that. MVP and Super Bowl. He should sleep well at night. Who you talking about?
He was Cam. He would, Ron, if he humbles himself and
That
just
part.
be like, you know what, I've accomplished, saying Heisman Trophy, MVP. Like Cam came out of nowhere. We ain't know Cam in college. He came out of nowhere and
Mhm,
saying and went on to be and win a Heisman Trophy and a national championship. And
mhm,
then he got into the NFL, 15-1 season, a super appearance in the Super Bowl, MVP quarterback. Like, bruh. And I think what he's doing is in opposite of what we're talking about, and he's looking at it like this should be the reason why I am, as
mhm,
opposed to I've done this, I can do it. Let me, recenter myself, reset myself, and go at it again. And
mhm. I think Cam, if he was to humble himself, he could be way better than people feel like what people think he is. But Cam Newton, because he's a freak of nature, in regards to his statue and his build and stuff like that, and the way he can sling the pill and stuff like that, I think that's his downfall. And he needs to I feel like Cam can definitely come back in the league and play elsewhere and make a difference for some teams out there, like a Detroit. I don't know if Dallas is a good fit for him.
I don't think he needs Dallas. Maybe
I don't know.
Seattle,
Yeah, I don't know if Seattle's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one, Trey. I don't know if Jerry Jones will allow Cam,
maybe New York, the Jets.
the Jets, especially with Zach going down like that.
Because
Yeah, that
at
would
this
be.
point, they're relying on Joey Flacco.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe Flacco.
Which I feel Cam is better than a Joe Flacco, in my opinion. I mean, that's just me. He will always regret not fixing his throwing arm and relying on his body to win. Shaking my head, too many hits. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see that too. I can see it. Jimmy goes to Dallas. Ooh, Jimmy G goes to Dallas. Ugh. That would be something Dallas would do too. Try and cop Jimmy G. That would be something they would try to do. That's a Jerry Jones move right there to try and cop Jimmy G. Yeah, that's definitely a Jerry Jones move. Ooh, or Cam out in Atlanta. Ooh.
Nah, I don't think they. So Atlanta, like places like Atlanta, stuff like that. I don't think it's going to make a difference for him to be anywhere like that because the Ritter just showed,
Yeah,
uh, and then Mariota even showed like
both of them did.
he still got I still got a little Mariota showed like I've been
This is
because
my thing. Like,
when you look at it, Mariota's been on the shelf for a couple of years.
he has, but not necessarily. Listen, when I say bringing Cam Newton in, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily saying bring him in as a starter. I'm saying bring him in as a mentor
Support. Okay.
to prepare and get other young quarterbacks in a position to be better.
Would you
You know,
want Cam as your mentor to your young quarterback?
yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. I still would use him as a mentor. I still feels like he has the skill set to be able to teach other players, other quarterbacks, how to be better quarterback because he is a former MVP now. So he did something right. He
Mm-hmm.
did go to the Super Bowl and they didn't win, but he went. So he done something right. You know what I'm saying? Just look what's over there in Tampa Bay and Tom Brady and what's his name? Quarterback coach?
Oh, Brian Leftwich.
Brian Leftwich.
Oh,
Come
but
on.
no, he's offensive coordinator. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he pretty much I think he started off as the offense quarterbacks coach though.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about just Byron Leftwich himself. Like we know Byron didn't do nothing in the NFL, but look at what he can do with a clipboard.
Actually, I don't think he was bad in the NFL. He just
He
was in.
wasn't
He was just
bad,
wasn't.
but he wasn't
He
that
was in
dude.
it. Yeah.
He wasn't that dude. But look what he does with a clipboard though. He's that dude when it comes to a clipboard. Cam will bring ticket sales and experience. I would definitely take him as a second string, and I agree. If he can come out on the field and play, cool. But if not, I myself personally as a coach, I'm bringing him in to mentor, get these young players, young quarterbacks in the right mindset, in the right and kind of guide him and say, hey, this is what you can expect being in the NFL. This is what you can expect trying to get to a starting position. These are the things you need to do. I think he could strive at that, in my opinion.
I think he squandered his what probably was his last opportunity and didn't
Out
take
there,
it seriously. And
yeah,
when he went back to Carolina.
Carolina. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he should have ever went back to Carolina.
Doing too much instead of
I don't
like
think.
letting it come to him and just saying gradually going it. He went for the gusto too simple too early and he
Yeah.
wasn't ready.
I don't think he ever should have went back to Carolina though. I really don't think that's where he should have went back to. In my personal opinion, I that wasn't the team that I felt like should have been where
Yeah, it was
he
the only
ended.
team that was willing to take him.
Oh, I mean, I get that. I get that. That was his only opportunity. I totally
Mm-hmm.
understand that. But that's definitely that's not where I would have at all. I wouldn't have picked him back up.
So, moving into a topic, we know the first 50 of the NFL's top 50 voted on by the players was released over the last week. Uh, here we go with the Kirk Cousins, in which on the 21st, the next 50 through correction,
So
50
that doesn't
through
mean
50 through
it.
30 is expected to be released.
Okay.
So in that lead up, I have here what the NFL.com's Maurice Jones-Drew has coined as the top 10 QB to pass catcher duo. Top
Okay.
10.
Mhm.
I got you, Ron. We got you, bud. We got you. You don't see you be in the building. We got you. Uh, number 10,
We got you. We got you. Yeah, yeah.
Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas.
Well, we don't even know what Jameis Winston right now. He's still injured. He's still nursing an injury right now as we speak. Foot, I think, or something, right?
Yes, just slightly. Number 9, Kyler Murray to DeAndre Hopkins, in
I
which
like
both of these look like you like. So use what you just sit up and said about an injury where you got DeAndre Hopkins who ain't gonna be there until game 6. You know what? Bless you,
He's
Bishop.
not hurt though. It's a
Okay,
difference The
I got you.
injury, yeah,
I got
he hurt.
you. Number 8, Justin Herbert to Keelan Allen. The
Let's see.
connection down in Los Angeles.
Okay, let's see.
Uh,
Okay.
Number 7, interestingly enough, and Bishop, I know you're gonna like this one. Dak Prescott to CD Lamb.
Boy, I almost cussed you out over here on this.
Oh my god! You probably what you thought I was gonna say? Jalen Hurts to AJ
Yeah,
Brown.
I did. I sure did. Or Devontae Williams or Devontae Jones or whatever.
Mm-mm. Number 6, Tom Brady to Mike Evans.
Okay, that makes sense.
Number 5, Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, yes, I knew that was in the top five.
Number
That's
4,
that's horrible though that it has to be a tight
yeah,
end.
tight end. Yeah,
That's horrible that it's
yeah,
in the
that
top
part.
five with a tight end.
Hence the reason for instead of saying wide receiver, it's a quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback to pass catcher.
Yeah,
Number 4, Derek Carr to Devontae Adams.
I see that. I see that.
Number 3, Ron Matthew Stafford to Cooper Cup.
You gotta see that.
So
Number
a
three,
slight
Ron.
pause, a
Number
slight
three, Ron.
pause,
Not number one, Ron. Number three, Ron. Not number one. You see
a
that?
slight pause. That's a good point. Like a slight pause. Like they're number 3, and you would have probably thought they'd be number 1. So if
Yeah.
they're number 3,
Who's number 2 and 1? Yeah.
number 2, Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs.
Ooh.
So it's like, okay, if that's number
That's,
2,
I don't
who's
think
number 1? We
I
still
don't
ain't
think
heard Jalen. We ain't heard Debo. We ain't heard.
we ain't heard Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So who is, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like you just said, we ain't heard Cousins to Jefferson. Like,
no,
who is
no.
number 1?
We wasn't gonna hear that one. We wasn't gonna hear that one. No.
Number 1, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Okay. I was about to say that had to be in the top 5. That had to be. Come on, man. That had to be. I can see that. I don't agree with 2. I think 3 should be 2 and 2 should be 3 maybe. But I can see 1. I can see 1.
But so what do you say about it? Of course, like I knew Debo wasn't gonna be in it because him and Trey Lance are new. So
Right.
I already knew that wasn't going to be there. Of course, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be in it because he has a new receiving core that doesn't have a go-to for the most part. But interesting, like I didn't see, like you said, Jalen and AJ, which I guess is a new connection, but still, or AJ, or is it saying that Jalen and Brown? He not Brown. What's our other receiver's name? Y'all, rookie from last year.
Really, Rigger? You said
No,
Rigger?
not Rigger. No.
Devontae?
Yeah, Devontae.
Devontae Smith?
You would see him. Yeah, Smith. You wouldn't see them two. So, but I thought at least AJ Brown and Jalen would have been on there, but it wasn't. Interesting enough. Do you think anyone that was on there that shouldn't have been on there?
That shouldn't have been on there. Nah,
Yeah.
I think Bishop, bro, you've been hating a lot on the podcast, bro. I hear you. What am I hating on? Kirk Cousins and are you really seriously saying Kirk Cousins and Jefferson, bro? Top 10 duo quarterback and wide receiver? No, bro. No, bro. So I will say this. You know what? Eric, let me give you this. I would take Jameis off and put in Jameis Winston and whatchamacallit to put in.
You would kept Jefferson and Cousins at the top 10, number 10.
I would put them in at 10. I'll give you that. I will give you that, Eric, because I don't feel like, I give you that. You that make you happy. You happy with that one? That work for you? I give you that one. I give you that one. But everything, but for, excuse me, but for me, I feel like everything else was a go. I think that was good. I don't see no problem with it. I feel like they got it right for the most part.
Additionally, the Pro Football Focus had a bunch of predictions, and I want to ask you these predictions and get your take on these predictions. Of course, you anyone else that's listening. The first prediction: the Detroit Lions make the playoffs.
Ooh, no.
I think they do.
You think they do? I don't.
I think they do. I think Detroit gets into the playoffs this year. Well, you know what? I digress.
Hold
I
on, because
digress. I
hold on,
digress.
hold that thought. Hold that thought, Trey. Hold that thought real quick, because I want to see something real quick. Let me look at something real quick, because you tripping. I think you tripping, bro. You got them cats making the playoffs. Now I know Eric got something to say about that. Out in the NFC, that means they got to beat out Minnesota, Green Bay. They could possibly beat out Chicago. But they ain't beat nobody out of the NFC East, but maybe the Giants and the Commanders. They beat nobody in NFC South, and they only gonna beat out the Seahawks in the NFC West. So there's two teams out of the whole conference, two to maybe three teams that they could beat out of the whole entire conference. You see them making the playoffs still? And
That's why I
there's
said I
two,
probably digress.
yeah.
I think they're going to be better than last year, but they probably won't make the playoffs this year.
Mm.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I
Okay,
would say that.
I would take that. I take that. I would be surprised part before they're going to.
No way in hell. He said no way in hell they beating Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. They not winning the North at all. They might be Chicago out, and that's a might be Chicago out, because I think Justin Fields is gonna have a better season this year, bro. I really do. I feel like Justin Fields took a excuse me. I feel like Justin Fields took a lot last year. I think he's gonna bounce back into a better season this year. I'm hoping for him, man. I really am. I'm pulling for Justin.
Going back into that, another pro football focus prediction.
Mhm.
Justin Field drags the team to a respectable record.
I like that. I
You
like
agree with
that.
that?
I like that. I like that. I will put it to you like this, right? I'm gonna put it out there right now, Trey. Putting that out right there. The Chicago
What,
Bears
you
will
sure
have a
you want to say this? What you about to say?
I'm sure. I'm positive.
Okay.
He
Okay.
broke Randy Moss' record last year. Who broke Randy Moss' record last year? Oh,
Jefferson.
it was Jefferson. Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about Justin Jefferson? Yeah. I feel you. I'm gonna put it out there right now. Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears will have a better record than the Detroit Lions, the Washington Commanders,
Don't you dare say what y'all think you about to say.
the New York Giants, the Atlanta Falcons, and the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. Okay. Seahawks. Yes, I can see. Atlanta. Okay, I can see. Um,
The Giants and the Commanders.
the
Yeah.
Commanders. I don't agree with. The Giants. I can agree with. I don't think the. I think the Giant. I think the Commanders is not going to be a shabby. It's going to not going to be too shabby.
Do you know who their quarterback is?
Yeah. You keep
Okay.
on
Okay.
the
Okay.
same praise that you was giving just a year and a half ago. Now you drag this dude.
I've seen what he can do. Come on, bro. Bishop, you want to put money on it? No, that's not my squad. I'm not putting money on a non-squad team now. I'm not doing that. But Bears win 7 games. That's not putting them over 500. I think they make it over 500.
Mm. What's the Bears schedule? Because I need to see. I think Bishop is a
Yeah,
little.
let's see. Come on, pull up the Bears schedule, bro.
Let me
Pull
see
it up.
what the Bears schedule is. Bears, no Bears. Mm. Let me see.
And we have
Mhm.
who we got? We got Eric Small saying they're getting 7 games. 7-game win.
Mm. Schedule for the Bears is okay. Week 1, the 49ers.
Loss.
0-1. 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, Green Bay. Oh,
That's a
you think that's
loss.
a loss? Okay, we
Yeah.
go. Okay, 0-2.
Mhm.
Week 3, Houston Texans.
That's a win.
1-2. Week 4, New York Giants.
That's a win.
2-2. Week 5, Minnesota Vikings.
That's a win.
3-2.
Where they playing at?
At Minnesota.
No, that's a loss. They playing in
Okay,
Minnesota.
okay, 2-3.
Mm-hmm.
Week 6, Washington Commanders
That's a
at
win.
home. 3-3. Week 7 at New England Patriots.
At New England.
Mm-hmm.
That's a win. I'm predicting that now. That's a win. Watch that. That's a
4-3.
road win.
4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Week 8 at Dallas.
No, they're gonna lose that one.
Okay. 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
Week 9 versus Miami.
That's a win.
All right, 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
Week 10 versus Detroit.
That's a win.
6-4. Week 11 at Atlanta.
That's a win.
7-4. Week 12, New York Jets at.
That's a win.
8-4. Woo. Week 13, Green Bay Packers.
That's a loss.
8-5. Week 15, Philadelphia.
That's a loss.
8-6. Week 16, Buffalo.
That's a loss.
8-7. And week 17 at Detroit.
That's a win. 9-7.
Oh, they do have one more. Then the last game of the season is versus Minnesota.
They play Minnesota again at in Chicago though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a win. They're gonna
10-7.
Yeah, that's a win.
Nah, bruh, stop playing.
Yeah.
10-7. Nah, you tripping? See, exactly, Eric. This dude is tripping for real. 10-7. I give him maybe
9-7. 9-7.
7-10.
9-8 or 9-8 or 10-7.
Eric is wild. Oh my god. 10-7. 7-10, baby. 7-10.
No way, bitch. Watch this football for real. Okay. Yeah, remember I said this. I'm telling y'all just do me a favor, Trey.
I just wrote it down. I'm writing it down right now.
Right
Because I wrote down what I said yesterday about Miami's going 10-7, and I put my name by it.
So it's cool for Miami to go 10-7, but it ain't cool for Chicago 10-7. Wow, really? That's what we doing. It's okay for Miami to do it though. That's crazy.
So you say Chicago 10-7.
Mm-hmm. I sure do, bro. And then
I say 7-10.
You say 7-10. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Hold on. Now, it's another team which I've talked about a lot. See what the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not betting on no damn team that ain't mine. Jacksonville Jaguars. There's another team. I feel like Jacksonville. What you got Jacksonville coming in at this season?
Let me go. Let's pull up the Jaguars.
I got their schedule right here in front of me.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay, Jaguars versus the Commanders.
Jaguars.
Okay. Colts visit the Jaguars.
Colts 1-1.
1-1. Jaguars visit the Chargers.
1-2.
Jaguars visit the Eagles.
1-3.
Houston visits the Jaguars.
2-3.
Jaguars visit the Colts.
I give them 3-3.
Okay. Giants visit the Jaguars.
4-3.
Broncos visit the Jaguars.
In Bronco, 5-3.
Okay. Oh, so they're gonna beat the They're gonna beat the Broncos. You guys, Broncos? Okay.
At home, yeah.
At home, okay. Raiders visit the Jaguars.
5-4.
Okay. Jaguars visit the Chiefs.
5-5.
Ravens visit the Jaguars.
6-5. No, correction, 5-6.
Oh, okay. You got the okay. Okay. So the Ravens gonna win on the road. Jaguars visit the Lions.
6-6.
Jaguars visit the Titans.
7-6.
Ooh, they gonna beat the Titans on the road. Ooh, okay. Cowboys visit the Jaguars.
8-6.
Mm. Jaguars visit the Jets.
9-6.
Jaguars visit the Texans.
10-6. Actually, you know what? I won't give that 10-5.
Oh, you think the
I
Texans
mean
gonna beat
9
them?
9-6, 9-6, 9-6. I'm sorry.
Oh, 9-6. Okay.
Yeah,
And then the Texans visit. I mean, not the Texans. The Titans visit the Jaguars.
I think it's a split.
Okay.
So I sit up and go 9. I give them 9-8.
So
Jags
you
9-8.
believe in Trevor Lawrence yourself?
No, I just think that. I just think this. I just think the. I just think the schedule lines up for them to be to get a couple of W's. So I give them 9-8.
Oh, look at this. Jags beat the Raiders. Jags beat the Colts. Have you seen Miami team compared to Chicago? Like really, Bishop? Yeah, I have. Miami's not going to be what y'all think they're going to be. You must be a Jags fan. I'm not a Jags fan. I'm not. I believe in Trevor Lawrence though. That's just like and that's the
Just
reason.
like I believe in Tua.
That's why, yeah. Just like he believes in two, I believe in Trevor Lawrence, and I also believe in Justin Fields. I feel like Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence are going to be the two that's going to bounce back this season. I really do. The same way Trey believes Tua's going to have a good season,
And
and
Trey.
well, I don't know where he says Trey too, but he feels like Justin Burrow is not going to do what he did last season. I disagree.
You know what? I could kind of I could go with you on that. I don't think they're going to have the seasons where they're going to be a Super Bowl contender, but I think he's not going to. I don't think he's going to
Are they going to make
do
the
too
playoffs?
bad. I think they can make the playoffs. I think they can make the
Cincinnati?
playoffs. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they can make it. Or it's going to be a hard fought. There's going to be a fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad at what Trey fared the Jaguars at. They have a tough schedule. They got some teams to play. I mean, the Raiders, the Ravens, the Titans twice, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. Like they got a schedule. They got a schedule. And the Colts is a different coach team now that they don't have Carson Wentz. They got Matty Ice now. That's a different team. And they got the Chargers. They got a they got a tough schedule. They really got a tough schedule. I will say that. But I still believe with Doug Peterson over there. I think he's gonna turn that organization around, man. In my opinion, I do. I think Doug Peterson gonna go over there and make some things happen out there in Jacksonville. Him and Sunshine gonna make some things happen. I know y'all don't believe in it, but y'all make sure y'all timestamp that, yo.
Oh, that's all right because I'm taking so that way I can do it. I'm writing down now. Like I just said, I feel Miami is going to be 10-7 this year. Bishop
Ooh,
thinks
I don't see it. Let me see
Chicago is going to be 10-7. I say that they're going to be 7-10. I say that Jacksonville is going to be 9-8. I say that Tua is going to be statistically better than Deshaun Watson, Tom Brady, and Matt Mahomes Mahomes.
Let me see. Let me look at this Dolphin schedule. So they lose and hold on. September 11th, they got the Patriots. I think they're gonna lose that one. They'll lose to the Patriots. They'll lose to the Ravens. They'll lose to the Bills. They'll lose to the Bengals. That's 0-4 out the gate. They losing the first 4 games out the gate. They losing the first 4 games out the gate, bro. Who'd you have them beating after coming out the gate in the first 4 games?
I think I had them
want to
going
know.
2-2. Hold on, let me pull their record back up. I think I had them going 2-2.
You had them beating. You must have them beating the. Who'd you have them beating? You must have them beating the Patriots and the Bengals. Then you had to have them. I know you didn't have them beating the Ravens on the road, and I know you didn't think the Bills was going to lose to them.
Let me see 1 second.
They're gonna get their first win against the Jets on October the 9th. They may be able to win versus the Vikings and the Steelers.
Who you talking about? The
And they can win.
Dolphins, Miami
Yeah,
Dolphins.
they might win 4 in a row. Actually, they could possibly win 4 in a row because they probably gonna beat the Jets. They could possibly beat the Vikings. They could possibly beat the Steelers too because they aren't playing at home. And
So
then they're
I
gonna
had
beat.
them. I said that they was going to beat New England first game of the season.
Okay, I said that. You
So
said
that's
that. I
one.
don't believe that though, but okay.
Then lose to Baltimore, lose to Buffalo,
And
and
then
then
beat.
I said they was going to beat Cincinnati.
Okay,
So
that's
the
hard to
first and
believe that
fourth
they're gonna beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati. They're gonna beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati.
in
That's hard.
Cincinnati. I think
Ooh, wait.
they're gonna trade off home victories. I
Oh, I
mean,
think they're gonna balance out. But they could win the next 4 after that. Like I said, they could beat the Jets, they could beat the Vikings, they could beat the Steelers, and they could beat the Lions. And then they play the
I think they're
Bears.
gonna lose to the Steelers.
You think they're gonna lose to the Steelers at home?
hmm I would, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if they lose to the Steelers at home. But they could. Then I think they lose to the Bears at home on the road. Uh, by November, I'm not saying just anything. I'm being honest. You just saying that because I feel like they're gonna beat. I don't think the Vikings are gonna come in Miami and beat the Dolphins. I don't. I don't feel like they're gonna come in and Vikings gonna come into Miami and beat the Dolphins. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't. The Browns and Dolphins. I think Deshaun is back by then, ain't it? That's 1, 2. Yeah, he's back by then. So he's what 2 games back by then. Well, let me see how many games is that. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's been back for about 3 games. So yeah. So they'll lose to the Browns on the road. I think they'll lose. I mean, on at home. They'll beat the Texans. They'll lose to the 49ers. They'll lose to the Chargers. They'll lose to the Bills again. I think the Bills will sweep them. They'll lose to Green Bay. That Patriots and Dolphins get that's in New England. That can go either way, and then they'll beat the Jets. So I gotta be in. What do I got them being? So they'll let me see. They lost the first 4, and then I said they lose the next 4. So that's 4 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the 4 and 4, 5 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 5, 6 and 6, 6 and 7, 6 and 8, 6 and 9. Ooh. 7 and 9. 8 and 9. Ooh, yeah, they might be under 500, bro.
8-9, you got them.
Yeah, I got them 8 and 9, possibly 8 and 9. Yeah.
The
That
difference of 2
Patriots.
games, basically.
Yeah, 8 and 9. I think that's what I said before, though. I said about 8 and 9 before. Yeah. I got them 8 and 9. Yeah. I'll say that. I'm not just saying anything, bro. I'm just being honest. I do not see the Vikings going to Miami beating them on the road. I don't. I really don't.
So I had 2 more predictions by Pro Football. Another one, the Romeo Dobbs becomes Green Bay's #1 receiver by November.
Romeo. Oh, that's that. Yeah.
Who they drafted.
Right, Romeo. That's that. Yeah, that youngster. I don't know the way he sounds, unless Aaron Rodgers put that fire up on him, bro. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
And then
He's
of
one
course,
popping balls in practice.
oh yeah, see. So and then of
Yeah,
course, lastly, Justin Jefferson leads the league in targets and receiving yards.
leads the league in targets and receiving yards.
Yes.
No, that's gonna be Devontae.
And
No,
so
I don't.
to Jefferson's, he feels like Devontae. I think we talked about this before. Jefferson feels additionally that Devontae is his year, but he's like next year, you know, what I'm saying is all about him in the years to come. He's like he's going to be the top receiver in the NFL after this year. He's like he digressed to Devontae this year,
Devontae.
but going forth after this year, it's going to be all about him.
Even Justin Jefferson believes in Devontae Adams, all right? So, but yeah, Justin Jefferson is that dude. I ain't gonna lie, he's a beast. He's definitely that. He's
Do you
definitely that
think he
dude.
needs a better quarterback, or do you think he could do it with him and Kirk Cousins?
I think if he had a better quarterback, if he had a Aaron Rodgers, a Patrick Mahomes, or he would definitely that last one he could probably accomplish. I don't think Kirk Cousins is that guy to get him that accolade. In my
Mm.
opinion, I don't. Kirk Cousins
But
isn't a bad
so
quarterback. He's not, but he's not that dude to do all of that. I get what you're saying in regards to he beat Randy Moss's record last year. I get it with Kirk Cousins, but again, we're talking about now. This a whole nother season. People know they know what to look for in Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins. We a passing offense now. If hand him numbers with the running team matching his numbers now, we are a pass first team. I'm not saying y'all not. Maybe targets, but not yards. That's my guy too. See, Zach says the same thing. He said yards, but not targets. That's my guy too. Yeah. Yeah. What's this? What you say, Eric? So Miami will have a worse record than Chicago. Make that make sense. It will.
he
Yeah.
doesn't believe in Tua. He
I
believes more in Justin Fields than he does in Tua.
do. I sure do. Absolutely. I absolutely do. I believe more in Justin Fields than Tua. I absolutely do. Without question. They will have. I feel like they will have a better record than Miami. Proof of I've already we went through both. We went through three different, and I feel like Trevor Lawrence will have a better season than Tua. I've already stated, man. All right, you be back once you see what I said is true. You'll be back. You'll be back. I don't know why y'all got such high side on Tua, man. Don't drink the Kool-Aid over there with Tyreek Hill talking about he's the most accurate quarterback he's ever seen. Don't believe he's more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. Don't believe the hype, bro. Don't believe the hype. Believe the hype. I'm just telling y'all.
So,
This is the last. Oh, that was the last one. You said Justin Jefferson will have
yeah.
more and more yards. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't believe that one. I don't that prediction. I don't see that coming forefront. I don't. I do not.
So we coming up. We got about 10 more minutes. Going back into a little NBA stuff, in which I had we was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
Lately, have you been seeing the conversation where they're talking about Bronny? Bronny James is starting to dominate the headlines. As Tuesday, it was said that he was a front runner to go to Oregon to work on at least 1 year in college prep, but there wasn't a
Oregon.
guarantee. Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, to play basketball for him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But so his dad, exactly. So his dad came out and said that he hasn't did any interviews, he hasn't been on any tours or visits or anything like that. So he doesn't know where even that could come from. It has been stated there has been a couple of organizations that have offered him a scholarship or offered him. Oregon wasn't one of them, or I think Oregon was one.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they wasn't. I know UCLA was on that list, but it came out that they haven't offered him, although they may be interested. But there hasn't been any blue bloods, i.e., the Dukes, the Kentuckys, the Kansases. They haven't offered him, but he has gotten offers from schools like USC. Who else did he get an offer from? I think Arizona State offered him.
It's
Michigan
amazing.
offers him.
Oh, okay. You better have said somebody out there toward the east because it's amazing how all the West Coast teams where his dad's at is offering to play.
So yeah, so even but like blue bloods, like you said, like Oregon, like those type of teams haven't offered them as of yet. So we don't want them in Oregon either. So, but yeah, so it remains to be seen. It's so that continues to heat up. During a let me go back to my notes. So I had what? All right, let's do this all tier. So all in tier. ESPN produced a all tier poll or survey to where they basically said that a couple of teams that the teams that are coming into the 2023 teams, some have gone all in, although the tiers from all in are different. So what I have here is a list of the all in based upon its category. So the first all in has 6 teams in it. Now this all in has to do with a team all in on a championship this season. Basically, meaning that they've basically leveraged and brokered everything with the hopes of getting it done this season and this season alone. Those six teams: the Brooklyn Nets, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Phoenix Suns are the teams in this tier that are determined that they have went all in with the hopes of making it happen this particular season. As we know, Chris Paul is going to be 38 by the end of this season. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and getting older. We just heard conversation. Giannis said he wouldn't mind going to Chicago at some time. We know in Philly they're getting a little longer in the tooth, and B is not presumably wasting away in Philly. Miami, although they have Butler, but we don't know how far that's going to go. And then of course Brooklyn, as we know, they're in a complete flux. So those are the 16 for the All-In Championship. What is the next tier is the all in on a championship over the next 5 seasons. So these teams are the teams who, just like the ones previously, they're all in, but uh, they haven't squandered or wasted picks and stuff like that because they feel like they have what they need with their cores and their youth, and they have and that the picks are added bonuses. These four teams: the Boston Celtics, the Denver Nuggets, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Golden State Warriors. Which, when you think about it, sounds pretty accurate. Tier three is these teams basically is perceived as being all on in on at minimum, making it into the playoffs. So basically, the moves in which they have may not put them to be contenders, but it does put them to be in the playoff conversation. And those four teams are the Atlanta Hawks, the Chicago Bulls, the Portland Trailblazers, which I don't agree with, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Which is interesting when you say that you got the Twin Towers in Gobert and Cat. You still got Russell and up and coming all superstar Anthony Edwards, but to say that at this point these teams can only make it is only looking to make a push to the playoffs and not push any further. Um, but that's that tier. Um, this next tier, tier number 4, is the all in basically on finishing 500. Of course, you have three teams, that being the New York Knicks, the Sacramento Kings, and the Washington Wizards, which is interesting enough, Bishop, because we just talked about Sacramento making a jump yesterday. I think New York. I think you even talking about New York was one of those teams to possibly make a jump as well.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the teams that basically are looking at. They're not going to do any better than 500. Could possibly get them in the play-in, but nothing better than that. Uh, Basically, all in on their core. These are teams. Tier 6 is based upon teams that basically are taking a look at. Not doing that they're good where they are. They just need a couple of more pieces, and they're building from drafts and stuff like that, and picking up out the I guess you could say out the free agency bin. Those 5 teams are the Charlotte Hornets, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Detroit Pistons, New Orleans Pelicans, Oklahoma City Thunder. So they basically are young teams that can make a play and make something happen and don't have to do too much more than that. Of course, lastly, two more tiers. Tier number 7 is the draft positioning. Basically, these are teams that are all in on getting to certain points in the draft to where we're not going to say tanking, but they are on the bottom tier that are basically building their organizations through the draft or in rebuilds. So that's the Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs, Utah Jazz, Indiana Pacers, and the Orlando Magic. And of course, the last tier is the tier that is all in
The
on
Utah
doing
Jazz on
nothing.
the rebuilding.
You don't think they're rebuilding?
Why? Because they got rid of
They
Gobert.
they got rid of Gobert. They sit up and stockpile a lot of draft picks. So they feel like
Mhm.
they're jockeying to be in position. The only thing that they have of value still,
Is
they still is the Mitchell. They still have Conley, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mike
so
Conley.
yeah, so they're not. You know, what I'm saying, but
Yes. I mean,
I
if you look at it and being that they got rid of Gobert, I guess so, maybe so. Yeah.
yeah, because you got to figure he probably was a cornerstone for them, but they
Right.
yeah. And then, of
If
course,
you look at it that way,
lastly,
yeah.
the all in on nothing, as they say, the Dallas Mavericks, Toronto Raptors, and Los Angeles Lakers.
This is the what? All or nothing. What does that mean?
All in on nothing. Basically saying they haven't made any moves or did anything
Oh,
to better their situations. They're just going. They're not doing anything, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just basically looking at like you're basically saying that because if you look at 2 of the 3 teams were in the playoffs last year.
right.
One didn't even make the play in, and yet they sat pat and didn't do anything. But
Right.
I mean, it remains to be seen how they're going to go forth. I just continue to see the disrespect of the Lakers. Like, but I mean, we'll see. Their organization that consistently does damage to themselves or to other organizations through the year. So it's just a matter of where they're going to be at this year or how they're going to invoke that. So I have a question for you, Bishop.
Okay.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's hypothetical.
Okay.
You have 10 opportunities. Out of 10 opportunities, you need to make 2 45-footers, which is an NBA range, half court range. All you need is 2 of 10. Are you willing to risk that versus 40 years in prison? Are you confident that you can hit 2 45-footers out of 10 or do a 40-year bid?
What the fuck? What? Wait, what I do to get 40 years first? What did I do to get 40 years in?
It's just you took the wager. He's like, you say you good.
No, I'm not willing to do that. Nope.
You're not taking that wager? Oh,
No.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure of something. Hold on. Let
I'm
me
not,
see something.
because I'm not that dude. Nope. Nope. I'm not that
Correction.
dude.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm sorry. Let me preface it correctly. You get.
Okay.
Let me go back. Let me rewind. Embrace that. You know what I'm saying?
I hope it's better than what you just said.
It is. It's a lot better than what I just said.
Okay, yeah, that's trash right there.
You get 20 shots from NBA half court range. If you make 2, you get $50 billion. If you miss all 20, you get 40 years in prison. Are you risking it?
How many shots I get?
20. You just need 2 out of 20.
I need to hit 2 half court shots out of 20.
2 45-footers out of 20. You get $50 billion.
And if I hit them, I get $50 billion.
$50 billion. But if you don't hit all 2, you get a 40-year bid.
I don't like.
Are you risking it? Are you risking it?
Nope.
You're not risking it?
Nope.
I'm risking it, bro.
You are?
Yeah.
You taking that chance? 20 shots?
But you know what? If you get the shot 15 and you ain't hit with it, you be like, oh man, I can't. I need something going right now. An earthquake. I need something like something.
So make sure
the lights going out ain't going to help.
When we get to DC, we're gonna find the gym and we're gonna see if you can put up 20 shots, bro, and see if you can knock down 2 of them jokers.
Oh yeah, I think I'm confident I can get 2 of them.
I'm gonna record it
2 out of
y'all
20.
and see if he can pull that off. 2 out of 20, y'all. That's a lot. That's not easy. 2 out of 20, that's not easy.
50 billion? You not taking the odds or 40 years?
But 2. If 1 out of 20, I'd probably take it. But 2, bruh. 2. That's
I'm taking
like you
that.
say, when you get to like 15 and you ain't hit but 1, or if you get to 15 and you ain't hit none yet.
You start feeling a certain type of way halfway there. It's like, okay, I'm over 10.
Hey, you looking at
Especially when you start looking at it, it's like they going.
You see the cops over there starting to pull out their dirt.
You see the baker closing up his case, the suitcase with the money. Like, oh man,
people in the stand doing like this. Bro, I'm not, bro.
Or let's say you get down to the last two shots and you only got one. I mean, you get down to the last two shots and you only got one shot made, and then
Pressure.
you,
Oh my god,
and
bro.
then you
Pressure is gonna kill you. You gonna shit on yourself. I'm telling you, you gonna shit yourself. I'm telling you.
you
If you
get
got,
right, you get down to the last two, and then when you get to the last one, and he's like, "Oh my goodness,"
bro, you gonna
and
poop
it do
all over.
something like it hit the front end, it come back.
Bro, you gonna poop all over yourself. See, and then don't fool around and hit like the first one. Out of the 20, you feeling good, you feeling confident. You like, oh, I already hit one. I'm halfway down, halfway down. And then you get to 19, you still ain't hit the second one. Oh, bro, you sick, bro. You are so sick. And don't
Oh
get a
my
couple
goodness!
of grim out. Oh, don't get a
Oh
couple of
yeah,
grim
that's
out.
right. Yeah, that's right. Dude. You should.
Oh,
You sit there bouncing the ball and trying to get the crowd hype, like, come on, come on. But in your mind, you thinking, like, oh my goodness, why did I take this bet?
go to prison. I'm about to go to prison. I'm about to
It's
go
like,
to prison.
see, you just like, see the Bible talking about gluttony.
Yep, that part.
Greed is gluttony. I could have set up and continue to live on what I was getting.
Yep. Free and not have to worry about nothing. I
Like
was living
the
free.
army retiree plays
Trying
me
to be
well, and
greedy.
yet I won after 50 billion.
Yeah, I'm trying to be greedy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's crazy. Nope, I wouldn't be able to do it, bro. Sorry.
I'm taking it.
I'm not taking my chances on that, bro. Nope.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
I see. And you got it. You do you. I'm not. Zach said, just lock me up.
See, he taking it too. Like, yeah, let's go.
I'm not, bro. I can't.
Definitely take it. So, of course, that's our time for today. We greatly appreciate y'all rocking it with us today. As the Bishop said, it's Hump Day. It's the Wednesday. Tomorrow we should be going over. It's some NFL games tomorrow, right? One or
Yep.
two.
You should have like one or two
Uh, let me see. It should be. Uh, what's today? It's 19. Yeah, there's one. Actually, Chicago versus Seattle.
It's just one?
Yeah, Chicago versus Seattle tomorrow.
Okay.
3 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and then the rest of them. Actually, we got a Monday game this week
Oh,
too.
do it? Oh,
Yep,
okay.
3 on Sunday, one on Monday,
Look at what
and
Zach
6
did.
on. What do you say?
I feel you, Zach. I'm throwing that joke up in there and I'm running. But no, you in the gym. So they got somebody at every door, bro. So it don't matter. You're not running far, bro. You're not running far, Zach. I'm just saying. But man, definitely want to say thank y'all, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to First Formation. Like Trey said, man, we do have some preseason game, week 2 of preseason, going into week 2. I think my Philadelphia Eagles have the Cleveland Browns for this preseason game. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that this weekend. I think that's Saturday. I think we play them on Saturday. But with that, man, y'all be sure to enjoy y'all hump day. Be safe. Thank y'all, all of y'all, the Zachs, all of y'all who tuned in today. Again, as I always say, First Formation is not First Formation without y'all. Eric Smalls, Stan Niels, all of y'all, the Anthony Prices, Ron, appreciate you. I know we'll see you on the show here soon, Ron. Here, because we know we need your fantasy guru style, baby. Key, thank you. Wooten, thank you for tuning in too. All of y'all, Rock Go. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Don't forget. Still got some slots. First Formation inaugural first inaugural fantasy football league as well. If you go to the First Formation page, you can see the First Formation pick 10. Get into it as well. Everything all free of charge. Of course, no charge for it. Get into the pick 10 to where we can see, put your picking moxie up against those of myself, Bishop, and Ron. And if if you all pick us be immortalized with your own little cool name going forth for a whole year, like to sit up and talk about that. So be sure to check that out. But like you said, real bragging rights, fantasy football. We still got at least 8 slots, I think. You know what I'm saying? If we don't reach the quota, then we'll basically dumb it down a little and go with what we got. But of course, like I said, in any case, we're looking forward to it. We feel free to hit me up so I can get you that link next week. If we're not full, I just open it to the masses and see what we get. And by the time we get ready to draft, if it's not, we'll just go with what we got. And they'll just have to get the shellacking that I plan to institute for the rest of the year. But like I said, that's the show. Look forward to see y'all tomorrow. Y'all know what it is, 9 to 11. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Peace.
Side Row 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all have a good one.